Welcome back to my channel, everyone. This one could be a long one and take some time. So there'll be lots of stopping and pausing. So we are going to put together all of the rest of the album. So when we left off, we had done the cover, but I didn't do the inside. So here's a look at what the inside looks like with nothing on it. So you'll have a 9 3/4 by 12. Here is a seam, okay? And so then you're gonna do again another, I can't talk, another 9 3/4 by 12. Okay, here's the other seam. And then this one you'll trim. You'll just measure to see how much you need once you like overlap and everything. And then you'll trim it. So you'll need 3 of them. Okay, so let's get started on the inside. We're gonna start on the far left panel, which I called section 1. And I'm going to keep my go-to here so that I can refer back to it, because I tried to keep everything together the same. So I marked this one with front. Okay, so we got our section 1. And I'm not even going to worry about trying to keep this video short. It could end up being 3 hours, I don't know, but it can upload all darn night. Okay, so you're going to have section 1 in the old cutting guide. If you're a member of my group, Together We Are Happily Stampin', you'll notice that it used to say 2. Well, I've changed it. I'm gonna redo it and put 1. So this is section 1A. Okay, so you've got all of your pieces here, and as you can see, I pre-taped all of mine, trying to keep the video somewhat short. So we'll get going. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold and burnish your score lines. And then I think we will just taper all of our score lines to keep it easier. Okay, so we're going to get our scissors, and you're just going to taper a little bit off the edge of where, right to the edge of your tape, not to your score line, just to the edge of your tape. Okay, so just a little bit. That'll just keep your when you're decorating, it'll keep it clean. It'll hide your construction. Okay, so this piece is going to go along the very top. But I'm going to make sure that I have all of my pieces in the right spot before I start putting them down, because I think there's the edge side pieces and I want those first. Okay, so I'm going to open my one that I'm going to reference. And I was missing a couple of pieces on the first one because oh no, it goes down. It does go down first. Okay. So we can put that one down first. So you're going to center that. You're going to go right up to the edge of your cardstock. Hopefully you can see. When you put your cardstock down, you're going to go right to the edge of that and center it between your score, your spine, and your, this is going to be hard to show you guys everything. You're going to have about 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to have to put my head in the way. About 1/8 of an inch on either side of this, like that. But I have to turn it in order for me to put it on right. Okay, so once you have it positioned where you want it, hold it down well. And here we go. We have our first piece down. And then just give that a burnish. And these are all going to be the same pieces that are in that, the smaller one. They're just different sizes. So hopefully nobody gets too confused. Okay, now we got 1B. So we're going to have to set these things aside. This is probably what's going to take the longest, is going back and checking to make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, so we have B and C. C is a pocket that is going to go on B. So we're going to do that first. So you're going to miter, taper, miter. Sorry, I get confused which one I'm doing. Miter your corners right through that intersection. And then fold and burnish. And if I get quiet, I apologize. It has been a long day. It's fairly cool. I'm happy, but I've had a long day in my crafter. Okay, so you're going to, you may have to trim. So let's fold B, right? That, get the first, like you've got another score line here. Fold that one. Fold the farthest one. This is your pocket. This is where your pocket is going to go. It's going to go on the outside, and that way it saves on the little bit of bulk. But we may have to come up a little bit and trim off a little. Let's just trim off a little of this edge. If yours doesn't fit, that is, you can just trim off. I'm just going to trim off a tiny little hair just so that it fits. If there's a little bit overlapping, that is fine. Okay. Now it will fit, and there's a little bit showing at the back, so that is fine. So now we can open this up again. And I'm going to put this right at the top. If there's a little space at the score line, I would rather have the space at the score line, making sure that nothing is going to interfere. So I'm going to stick that down. And then I can do the edges. Hopefully you guys can still see. There's one. And there's two. Now this is the piece that this one doesn't have because I messed it up and I could not fix it, so I just cut it off. So now you're gonna fold the other score line. Give that a burnish. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to taper just to the edge of your tape, like so. Okay, and then you can bring that back in your book, and this is going to go at the bottom. Okay, so you're going to want to just fold that 1/2 inch flap down. And you want it to be in the same place. So just eyeball it. Because you're going to put magnets or something on there. So that is pretty darn close. I'm happy with that. So I just have to get that out of the way. Okay, and then you just lift and start it. That's how I do it. I cannot do the peel the tape and put it down. I can't do that. Okay, so there's that. There's those 3 pieces. Okay. Now we have piece D. Okay, so you're gonna fold and burnish. And then just taper your edges. Taper. Okay, and then this piece, E, is going to go on top of, oh dear. Oh dear. I made it too big. Oh dear. I guess. I don't know how in the world I did that. So it will be fixed. in your cutting guide on the, but I'm sure that is the right piece. We got E and F. So E and, oh, D, it goes on D. Well, that's D. So I got her messed up. I think I've got it a 1/2 inch too long. So I'm just gonna cut off a 1/2 inch and rescore. And hopefully that makes all the difference in the world. So I'm just gonna cut off 1/2 inch. Score that 1/2 inch again. And then hopefully that will be the right size. I have all these pieces. Okay, so we're gonna put a little tape on there. I haven't decided how far I'm going, so here's a little tape. Okay, so now we're gonna angle this pocket. There, that's better. Okay, so we're going to angle this pocket. We're going to make a tick mark at 1.5, and then 1.5 from the score line. Okay, so then we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to go, but we'll go up right from the cut edge instead of the quarter. And we'll do it a 3 inch. Right from the edge of the cut. Right from this edge is 3, but it'll be 1.5 or 2 from this cut edge. So then we're going to take it over and we're going to line up our cut marks. And we're just going to trim that corner right off. So you'll line those 2 tick marks up with your trimmer, whichever. I have a guillotine trimmer. Okay, so just like that. And then erase your marks. We may not get through this whole thing. Maybe we'll just do a couple of sections, and then I'll do a couple of sections tomorrow. Okay, so then you're going to do the same thing, and you're going to just miter these corners right through that intersection, like so. Fold and burnish. I think the last time we did this, I did it live too, so it made it extra long. So maybe we'll be able to get through this one a little quicker because it's not live. Okay, so then you're going to put this one, you're going to line that up. Yeah, that I was just a little off. Oopsie. Okay, so there we have that one perfectly aligned. So then you can fight with your tape, like I always do. And peel your tape backing. Okay, so there's that pocket. So like I said, these are exactly the same. They are just different sizes. So hopefully that doesn't confuse those of you that are part of my group. Okay, so now this one is gonna go on the inside. Oh boy, do I have some fixing to do. But this is easy because we can just trim off the top. Hokey Dinah. I was losing my marbles today, people. So it's 9 3/4. And I think I have them cut at 10. Whoops. So, yeah, I do. So 9 3/4. Trim that at 9 3/4. all of your measurements, yes, you're gonna see me fighting with them, but I will fix them and they will be right in your cutting guide that is going to be below in the, I'm gonna trim off just a little bit more. Hopefully the other one isn't messed up too much by doing this. Okay, and then it's gonna go right on the outside edge. Okay, just like that, right on the outside. Okay, once you have it in the right spot, you can start peeling your tape backing. Okay. Hopefully I don't have too much fixing to do on the other ones. Oh dear. Little bit. I should have put that on the inside. You can put this pocket on the inside too if you like, and that will, you may have to adjust some measurements again, but okay. So here we go. Let's close it up again, get it out of our way, and see what we've done wrong. And I bet you're gonna trim this one off too. Yes, I do. So make sure that this is trimmed to 9 5/8. Okay, so then this piece is the one that has your belly band. Yes, your belly band and stack pocket. Okay, so score or fold and burnish. Now, please don't hate me, but I did the 1/8 of an inch score line. So you just kind of get that into place. And then just give it a burnish, just like so. Like that, okay? And then you have your gusset. This one's gonna go upside down. So this one is gonna go like this. Okay, so then get that one, because now I'm going to make sure, oh, that one might not be too bad. I may have to just rescore a smidge. I don't know what to do with all of these pieces. My apologies. You'd think I knew what I was doing, but not so much. Hopefully that's better. Oh, it's raining. I've been happy because it hasn't been an overly hot. My craft room gets mighty warm. So I love being in here when it's cool because it doesn't get so hot. Okay, so you're gonna fold and burnish. And I just moved that over a little bit. So I'm probably gonna have to move over that other piece too. So this is gonna make your stack pocket at the bottom of your page. Yeah, we're okay there. Okay, so you're just gonna peel however you can peel. This tape is not agreeing with me today. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me because I'm struggling with the whole mumbling on. So I think what will happen is this video, we'll probably have 3 videos. There'll be this one, and then we will maybe do the second section, and then I will call her a night for tonight. And then I'll do the next little bit tomorrow. Okay, so this is a stack pocket. So you're gonna take with this piece, I'm sure you've all done a few of them by now, and you're just gonna cut straight across that to that intersecting score line, and then just taper up a bit. Same thing on the other side. Straight across to that intersecting score line, and then just taper up a little bit. Doesn't have to be much because it's going to be tucked. Okay, so fold and burnish. Fold and burnish. And then this one just tucks right in on top of that one, just like so. Okay, so you can peel your tape backing off of that one. Okay, it's not going to let you go any farther than what there's there. So that's it. Okay, give it a burnish. Okay, and then there's a belly band, but we don't really have a lot of space. So I'm actually not going to put the belly band on. I'm going to omit the belly band. If you want to keep in the light of the belly band, maybe just shorten up these pieces, you know, like instead of having this one is 3.5, maybe shorten it to 2.5, and then same with this one is 2.5, shorten it to 2 or 1.5, and then you can put your belly band up here. But I'm going to omit the belly band, okay? I will keep it in your cutting guide, and I will shorten up these pieces once I get everything straightened around with all of the pieces. There'll be the right measurements down below. Okay, you guys won't have to fight like I am. Okay, so then this is going to go on the right-hand side of the far left panel. Now it's got the gusset, so now you're going to want to see that little space. Okay, you're going to want to see that little gusset, and you're going to put that, and you're going to center that right in along the edge of that score line, or your, like right along the edge of your spine, your oh, and I forgot to taper. Were you guys yelling at me? Taper, taper. I do that, I get everything always in the right spot, just perfect, and I forget to do something. Okay, so right along the fold of your spines, okay, centered between your two pieces. Okay, once you're happy, you can start trying to peel your tape backing. Okay, so now this piece, because it's got the gusset, it goes on top. So this piece goes under this piece, and then these pieces are going to close it. Okay, so now we're going to open everything up, and hopefully these two pieces are properly adjusted. Okay, so these pieces are going to go perfect. I got those ones right. Yay! Okay, so I'm just going to set this aside. We are going to taper through that intersecting score line, cut up. I've been forgetting to tell you guys what pieces go where, haven't I? So this is 1G and 1H. Hopefully you can see them in the reflection of the camera. I'm so sorry. Okay, and then just cut up to that intersecting score line on both sides. Okay, fold and burnish. Fold and burnish. And then I'm just going to cut off this little nubbin. There. Bring back in the folio. Okay, and then this bottom is going to go along the bottom, and you can line it up, and you can come up about 1/8 of an inch up from that bottom score line. So you don't want it to be right tight against it. You want to be up about 1/8 of an inch, and that'll let it fold a lot easier. Everything will fold up with ease. Okay, so then you can just take off your tape. Okay, just like that. Give it a burnish when you find your tool. Okay, and then this one, you're just gonna, same thing, dry fit, make sure that fits in there, which it does. Peel your tape. Oy. Okay, and then just, I'm sorry if my head is in the way. Okay, tuck that in and lay it down. Give it a burnish. So there's the first section. Ta-da! Okay, first section done. Now we can move on to the second section. Let me clean up a little bit here. I don't think we have any more markings to do. I'm not sure how we're doing for time. I'll check the time, see where we're at. Oh, it doesn't tell me. Huh. Oh, there it does. 28 minutes. That's not too bad. Okay, so we'll do section 2. So that was section 1. Section 2 is, there's 3 pieces. This one is hopefully pretty simple. Fingers crossed. That piece is very simple. Belly band, very simple. This is the one that we'll struggle with a little bit. Okay, so you have your piece 2B. Okay, so this will have the proper score lines on the bottom, or it will have the proper score lines and everything in your cutting guide. So what you're going to do is you have a 1/2 inch score line here and a 1/2 inch score line along the bottom. Yours might look different because it'll depend on how you score it, which side of the belly band it'll go on. Okay, so you're going to just angle in like so on that bottom piece. Then we're going to flip over this here and we're going to miter the corner just like any other pocket. Okay, so then we're going to fold. No, we're not going to fold yet. Just a minute. So then we're going to get our wonderful Stampin' Up! Trimmer. And we're going to trim off that. So we want it to be at a 1/2 inch. Okay, we're going to take this bottom, the longer part, the bigger section, we're going to take that 1/2 inch right off. Just like that. Okay. So this is what it'll look like. I'm just gonna cut that a little better. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like, okay? So you're gonna fold over in your score lines and you're going to say, why is that other side so big? I'll show you. Okay. Okay, so now with this one, because, okay, so this right here, but for right here, we're gonna put a little fun in here. Okay, so we're gonna find our envelope punch board. Okay, and we're going to line the score line up at 1.5. Okay, you're gonna, and that'll give you a little bit of a handle there. Okay, you'll line that up at 1/2 inch. Sorry, not 1.5. Yes, it is 1.5. 1.5 punch. Okay, then you're gonna flip it over so that you can see your tape, and you're gonna put that score line at the 1.5 inch mark. Okay, and then you see this. Okay, so we're gonna put this back. We're gonna get a. This is, you can put this in your trimmer, but I tend to mess it up if I put it in my trimmer. So I'm just gonna put it right here on my, and I still messed it up. I didn't get far enough. Okay. And that gives you a little handle. You can punch with a circle, you can punch like just with your, like just put one little divot there, okay? So then we're gonna glue that down, okay? So with this one, you should miter this one too, or taper that one as well. Okay, and then you can peel your tape backing off of this one. Maybe we will be able to just carry on with this. This video is staying somewhat short. Okay, just fold everything over just like that, okay? So now with this one, if you have a scoreboard, perfect, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna line this in between 2 score marks, okay? And then you're gonna take and you're gonna, along the next score line, you're gonna score it. Okay, so you have a score line right beside that. Then you can fold it over, okay, just like so. You can trim this off if you want. I'm going to leave it as is, okay? So I'm going to now, because this is going under, I'm going to put tape on this side, and then I'm gonna just tuck it under my belly band. Okay, so tape this time on the bumpy side. Ooh, I messed some out of tape. Good thing I was ready. Okay, so this time it was tape on the back side, which will be the bumpy side. Okay, so tape in there, and you don't have to do any tapering on this one because it's going to tuck 100% behind that belly band. Okay, so there, that piece is done. Okay, that was the hardest part to this section. Okay, so now you're going to take your belly band and you're just going to fold. Hopefully hopefully I have this one the right length. Oh dear. Maybe I'm tired. don't know how I can be tired. Okay, and then you're going to try and center it as best as you can. If you want to measure, go right ahead and measure. I might just kind of, because I think it was 1 inch yet on both sides, roughly, so I'm good. Okay, peel your tape. And if you're anything like with me, it'll be with great difficulty. Now in the smaller, the original, that piece opened up this way, whereas this time it's going to open up this way. So I'm going to put it closer to the bottom, and then this piece is going to go on the belly band right on top, just like so. Ta-da. Okay, so you can just peel the tape backing right off of these. Okay, just like that, and then you tuck them in there. Not right at the bottom, but close to the bottom, and you want to see your score line, okay? You want to be able to see your score line, okay? So then we're going to do the same with this one, fold and burnish. Okay, and then this one is going to go on the other side of the belly band, on top though, not tucked underneath, just on top. And you can center this one between wherever you like. I mean, you could actually put it way over here and have it as a stopper for whatever you put in your belly band. But I want this on top of the belly band, just like so. I am happy with my placements. Actually, what I think we're going to do is we're going to skip the 3rd section and we're going to move to the 4th section, because the 3rd section is the section that is going to give me the most amount of grief. So we will move on to section 4, okay? We'll skip 3, and 3 will be a video all of its own, just in case that gets really long. Okay, so section 4, you have all of your pieces. Okay, so section 4 is where we ran into, where I made the changes, okay? So section 4, I think these are going to be too long too. They're not. Perfect. Okay, so section 4, let's do our A pieces, and you're going to get mad at me again because we have that 1/8 of an inch gusset. Okay, so fold and burnish. And in all honesty, everyone, it is okay if you swear and curse at me, because just so that you're aware, I swear and curse at me all the time. So that's how you fit in. Okay, so fold and burnish there. Okay. Same thing on the second one. There's 2 of them. Fold and burnish. Okay, give it, just kind of engage it a little bit so that you know where it is. And I'm also using, I'll tell you at the end of the video all the time, I also use a lighter weight. I love the Stampin' Up! Paper, the cardstock, but it's a little thick for this, and I think it's fibery. It's softer. This doesn't seem to break apart as much, but mostly I like the fact that it is a lighter weight. This is only 65 pounds, okay? Okay, so we are gonna put the 2 A pieces on either side of the 4th section, right along both edges. Okay, so right along the edges. Okay, I forgot to taper again. Okay, so taper. 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 Okay, one is going to go on the left-hand side of the fourth section, and one is going to go on the right-hand side of the fourth section. And you'll see, because I'll show you. Okay, get right up close to your spine piece there. Okay, start. And go slow, because with these narrow gussets, it tends to fold, like you kind of miss it. Okay, so then you're going to take your second one, and it is going to go on the very right hand side, right along the edge, just like so. Okay, peel your tape just nice and slow, making sure that you have it right up against that edge. Okay, just like that. Okay, so then you kind of can engage that gusset a little bit. Okay, open those up. Okay, and then you're going to put your other piece here. I may have to trim that one just a hair. I'm not sure that it'll fold. Oh, I think it might. Oh no, I think we're okay. Right along the top. I'm going to turn this upside down so that I can see it better. Right along the top. Okay, I did it again, but I'm going to cheat because I have it so nicely in place. Now watch me cheat and Rex, and I can't do it. I have the worst luck, you people. I would cut the entire album and somehow mess it up. Okay, put that back. Get it nicely placed. Happy with that. Peel it and stick. There's no gusset on this one this time. It's in the same place. Oh, I can't get the... There we go. Okay, it's in the same place. It's just different. Okay, so I'm going to turn that back the right way for a second. Okay, so now we have the pieces that give us the most confusion. We'll put those on last. Okay, we've got a pocket. I just want to make sure that it's going to fit. It is. Be tight, but it is. Okay, so we're just going to miter through that intersection. Can you hear the cars go by out there? Okay, fold and burnish. I found that I don't hear it very loud, but it's loud as can be when I listen to it back again in the video. Burnish your score lines. My daughter has a dog, and it was outside in one video, and she sees people and she doesn't shut up. Center that at the very bottom between your score lines. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm just going to peel what I can here. So, okay, this one was piece D. I am terrible at telling you guys what pieces I'm putting on. One day I will get this straight. Okay, so there you have that. Okay, so now we're going to close this one flap. We have this flap. We are going to put it anywhere we want. You can put it on the side. I'm going to put it on the top, I think. I'm going to make it kind of, I don't know where I want to put it. Decisions, decisions, decisions. I think I'm going to put it right along the top. And because it's going to be, I'm going to flip upside down again. And because it's not going to go edge to edge, we don't have to taper. So just kind of eyeball that, make sure it's right where you want it, in the center between there. Okay. And then start peeling your tape backing. Okay, so this is where the confusion all comes into play. I changed it because I didn't like the way it all folded up. Okay, so now you're going to fold this one in and this one in, and then we're going to take this one and we're going to put it on the outside. Okay, so it is going to kind of sort of become our closure. So I'm going to try again and center that right along that edge as I'm eyeballing it, but as centered as I can. I wonder if I can close up that gusset. There. Okay, so then you can see right along that edge. Let's see how close I got. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Okay, so 1 3/8 and 1 1/4 inch. 1 1/4. We are centered. Peel your tape backing. And there is section 4. So tomorrow I will upload, well, this one will be uploading, but I will do the videos tomorrow for the section 3, and then this will be all done and I will upload it all. And then when I decorate it, we'll do a walkthrough, because you can still see, so you can see we got a lot more space in here this time for pictures. Way more space. You could probably downsize your spine a little bit, but I wanted extra space. Somebody had said once they had it full of pictures, there was no room, but this is going to be a pretty big section. So that is it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed me and you got some laughs, and we will see you back again tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone.